Hi everyone, here is a short Pilates video with a kind of focus on mobility and stretching. I don't know how long it's going to be, so I'm just going to go with the flow. And all you're going to need, a towel, I've got a bath towel here, and a block or some thick books or something that you could sit on. So we're going to start lying down. Your towel is rolled up into a sausage, and we're going to lie down with this towel underneath the pelvis. Short ways, so like across your mat. And hands can form a diamond on top of the pubic bone. And in this position, we're just going to gently rock the pelvis towards us and away. And I want you to just let the body move. So we're not necessarily trying to control the movement. We're not trying to force it. We're just letting it go. No tension. We'll do two more. And last one. And then tilt towards you, pull the knees into the chest. You can lift them one at a time. Hands can be on the shins or the ankles. And you're just pressing softly into yourself. Massaging, you can rock from side to side. I'm going to pull both knees over to the right shoulder and kind of circle them around to the left shoulder, or kind of make a U shape or a smile, back and around to the right and to the left. You're letting that tail lift, just letting it feel nice. And then coming back to the center and taking your hands behind your left thigh, palm over palm, and lengthening the right leg up into the air as long as is comfortable. It might even be a bit bent. And you're going to let the leg just fall towards the mat. It's just really heavy, it's just falling down. It might touch the mat. Wherever it gets to, it's going to scrape the air or the floor. Pull the knee back into the chest and lengthen back up. Let it fall. Let the front of the thigh open. And we're going to do 3 more. So that's 5 on each side. It falls with such weight. Last one. And change legs. Hands behind the right leg, palm over palm, left leg reaches. Let it lengthen away from the ribs as it falls. And come back in. Front of the thigh reaching, stretching open. Two more. And last one, let it fall. And then both legs in. Heels together, knees open, hands on top of the kneecaps. We're going to circle the thigh bones, keeping the feet together. And again, you know, the pelvis might move. That's fine. We're just trying to encourage movement. I mean, if you're, you know, really overly mobile, then obviously, you know, you contain it a bit more, like we would in a session. Go the other way. Just lubricating the hip joints. And I'll just say, like, if you feel it clicking, sometimes that might be the positioning of the bone within the socket. So like I had a bit of a click there, so I just noticed I overly turn out on this side. So I just adjusted my turnout and it solved the clicking. So don't kind of worry too much. And then put the feet down one at a time, remove the towel and just roll the body down into the mat and just let it rest there for a moment. And then I'm going to have you grab the towel again. And this is optional. You don't have to use the towel if you don't want to, but it can feel kind of nice. And you're going to open it out, so it's quite long, and then, you know, just sort of roll it back up. And you're going to place it behind your, underneath, like your right foot. Ooh. And the left leg is going to go straight. Or a bit bent. Let's go a bit bent. Why not? We're being nice. And I want you to pull gently down with your arms, but keep the elbows bent so we're not shrinking up the shoulders. And you're going to take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, just think of pulling the leg or reaching the leg up to the ceiling and towards your head. You should feel a nice stretch down the back of the thigh, trying to lift the heel upwards into the towel. Hold for a few moments, take an inhale here, and as you exhale, see if you can pull it a little bit more towards you. Keep reaching the heel up. And then put the towel both into your right hand, your left arm can find the mat, it might be wide, and just let this leg go out to the side, but keeping an element of weight on the left side body. Put the hand on the hip and bring it up. You might feel the stretch move to your inner thigh and up. We'll do that 2 more times. 1 more. And then guide that foot into a figure 4 stretch, bringing the other leg to meet it. You can remove the towel and hug in. And if this is a challenge for you to lift the foot off the mat, you know, there's nothing to stop you threading the towel around this thigh so that then you can pull on the towel. And then place that foot down, and we'll do the same thing on the other foot. Okay, and so nice and straight. So we're going to take a nice big inhale. And as we exhale, we pull the leg towards us, lifting the heel upwards, trying to keep the back of the knee as long as we can. Again, without locking. And again, you'll hold for a bit, and then you'll inhale and you'll exhale. And it's almost like you're pushing the thigh away from you as you're pulling the foot towards you. Nice stretch. And then both hands in handles or towel into the left hand, and take the leg out, keeping the right hip down. And come back up. Keep pulling the leg towards you or pushing the thigh away. Out and up. 1 more. And up, and then guiding that foot into your figure 4. And so if you were using the towel, you could thread it between your legs. See if you were struggling, and then you can pull on the towel. And sometimes that's nice if you feel rounded in your upper body, because you can keep your chest really open but still get the feeling of the thigh coming towards you. And then lower the foot down. Lovely. And remove the towel. So from here, we're going to bring ourselves up to seated. So you can either do this as a roll-up, arms up to the ceiling, lifting the head. You might grab the backs of the thighs and pull yourself up. Or you can hug the knees into the body and rock yourself up to seated. Nice for massaging the spine. And then we're going to grab whatever it is that you have to sit on. So I'm going to use this block. And I'm really tall. And I want you to feel, so wherever you are, that if you had a hand in your lower back, you could kind of feel your natural curve. So what I don't want is you to be kind of here. So you want to be really nice and tall. And then keeping your body that tall, you're going to try and lengthen your legs out as much as you can. And they might go straight, or you might need to keep a soft bend. It's more important for this to be lifted. Hands are on the thighs, feet are flexed. We're going to take a nice big inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to roll the head in, and we're going to peel over, upper back, middle back, lower back, hands gliding down towards the feet. You might bring them to the floor, and then we can roll lower back and middle back and upper back and lift. Exhale all the air. Inhale, restack with lift. Exhale, feel the pelvis rolling forwards. When you think I can't go any further, could you roll it more and come all the way back up? And we'll do that one more time. Upper back, middle back, and lower back. And roll. Lower back, middle back, and upper back. And then you're going to remove the block. So this is obviously a nice mobility session. So we're just trying to get the body to move. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to feel good, you know? So just like have a bit of fun with it. It should feel nice. So from here, we're going to go all fours. No, we're not. We're going to sit, sorry, with our legs in front of us. And we're going to try and do a bit of rotation. I'll give you two options because the first one is a bit of a challenge, but it's actually quite a good one, particularly if you've got tight shoulders. So what we'll do to start is your fingers are facing back the way, the arms are quite far behind, and I want you to see if you can push down through your feet and lift up your bum, like you're coming into a table. And for some of you, that might be enough. That might be like, whoa, that's a big stretch on my shoulders. So you might just stay there for a bit, and then you might come back down and just ease off the stretch, okay? So trying to lift up and to come back down. Now, if that's feeling okay and you're feeling actually I can lift, I can hold, we're going to try and add rotation. So we're going to lift the hips up into our table. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to bring our right hand up into the air, and we're going to see if we can bring it around to the other hand, towards the floor. Feet evenly planted. And then we're going to come back around. I'm going to do that again. Pushing through the feet. Seeing if every time you can get a little bit closer. And around. One more. Pushing through the heels, lifting the hips, but rotating ribs. And then come down. Okay, ready to do the same thing on the other side. Lift. Left hand up. And rotate. Oh, that was a nice crack. And come back. And again. Two more, using that breath. Exhaling to rotate. Last time. And come down. Now, if that's too much for you, you can't take one hand off the mat, because even that might be that's an exercise in itself. Then you'll come to a lying position with your legs bent, and you'll do a side lying rotation. I'll just do a couple of these on this side so you can see. One arm reaching away, the other arm lifting up. You're turning your head, but keeping the legs quite still. So that's your alternative rotation. From there, we're going to lie on our fronts. So lying on your belly, forehead is just resting on the mat, or you can put it on, your little towel. But the neck is long. Arms are by the sides with the palms up. We're going to shrug our shoulders up to our ears and then reach them down the back. shrug them up and reach them down. 2 more. And last one. And now lift and lower the arms. Just reaching, nice control, lift and lower. So you can do, you know, like 10, maybe 20. You could hold a light hand weight, turn the palms down, or you can just do it like this with nothing at all. You will feel it working. I'm probably going to feel something around the shoulders. In my true style, I've not been counting. We're going to bring the arms out wide like a T and keep going up and down. And again, you would do 10 to 20 of each of these with no rest. So you want to keep the tension building for this exercise. So I'll say that was maybe 10 or more. And then bring the hands under the shoulders, push up onto all fours, curling the tail and sinking into rest position. Pushing the mat away, rounding the spine, hugging the inner thighs. Letting the shoulders go. Walk both hands to the right side of the mat. And walk over to the left side. And come back to center. And then come up onto all fours. Good. And we're going to turn over onto our back. And then in this position, we're going to place the hands behind the thighs. And we're going to lift up nice and tall and come to a balance. If you want, you could hold your feet in nice and tightly, but we're just going to keep them behind the thighs. And then I want you to just gently, we're going to just rock back and rock back up. And we're going to go for, you know, I'm going to do 3 because this floor's quite hard. I need more padding on my back, but you could do more if that works for you. And then put the feet down and we're going to go into seated mermaid. So this is the last exercise, seated mermaid. You're going to have your legs either in a split position like this. You're going to have them completely stacked, holding on to the lower ankle, but making sure you can still lift up out of your waist. If all of that's uncomfortable, you're going to grab your books or your block and you're going to like prop yourself up and see if you can find a position that works for you. And if that's uncomfortable, you might have one leg bent and the other one straight. But if you can, try and work with this format, but boosted, if you know, rather than straightening out like. So then from there, you're going to bring your left hand up into the air. We're going to inhale over and we're going to exhale back up, filling the left ribs with air and lifting up and over, trying not to slump down, trying to lift this side body as much as this side body. Stretch all the way over, cup the ear with the hand, rotate over that right thigh and round forwards, trying to wrap your left ribs around the right ribs and getting your head into your belly. Untwist, and you're going to come up to kneel to go over to the other side. That's so you get a nice stretch in between. So this side might be different. You might have to offset. You might need to boost up. I'm going to probably be a little bit more open on this side. Lifting up, because I want to get my hips nice and heavy. Right arm up into the air, and we're going to inhale over and come on up. And again, inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale cup the ear, rotate and round forward. And then untwist. And again, sweep your legs to the front of your mat. Hands behind the thighs or the shins. 3 more rolls to just massage out. And that's you done. A nice little mobility focus. Hopefully your body feels moved in all directions. Enjoy.